talk today about EFT's effectiveness on pain, like physical pain, chronic pain, the stuff that you are actually feeling in your body physically. So we know that EFT can be used on anything that you can feel. So if you're sad, if you're anxious, if you're stressed, we can use EFT on those kind of things. We can also use EFT on past things that have happened like that and future worries and anxieties. But we can also use it on things right here in the present moment. And one of those things that we can use it in the present moment on is pain. I think it's also it's one of the most empowering things to use it on, and also one of the most confusing things that we use it on. So I'll give my husband as an example here because he has a lot of chronic pain issues, and I have had a lot of chronic pain issues over the years. So he is hands down like my number one supporter with becoming an EFT master practitioner. He, paid the bill for my certification. He encouraged me to go after it, and he lovingly supported me through the hundreds of hours I put into getting certified and, working with clients and all sorts of other things as I came up as a master EFT practitioner. But he has never so much as tapped around with me, and he still has misconceptions that somehow EFT is some mumbo jumbo practice where we go looking for things in your past and blame what's happening to you now on them or something. It's not right at all, but it's humorous and it's fun to listen to him try to explain what I do to people because it's not right. But I love him, and he's a huge supporter of me, and it's just the way it is. Anyway, so his viewpoint on it with pain is that, he has bone degeneration and things in his knee. So he feels like, well, you can't make the bone grow back. So how are you going to fix the way that I'm feeling? And my perspective with it as an energy healer is that no, I won't say we can't, because I've seen things like that happen in people, and people have regenerated all different things. It's not likely that we're going to regrow the bone, the cartilage, whatever it is that's missing that's causing all this pain and rubbing and stuff happening in him. However, he could not have the pain associated with it. We could remove that. It doesn't mean that he's, not going to have a limp from time to time or have, the things associated with having that part of his knee essentially missing, but we could reduce and take away the pain associated with that. And that's huge. And I think a lot of times people get hung up on that because they think, oh, well, I have this problem that's not fixable, this thing that's missing or this thing that's added or whatever, and we can't change that. So why bother working on it in any means like this? And I've seen great progress with stuff like that, guys. So today I wanted to just kind of take you through a pain that I'm dealing with right now and just show you how I would tap on that. I had great success last winter. I had, which is my other foot. It's my right one that I'm working on today. It was my left foot, and I had this whole issue every time I would point my toe. I would get this horrible pain, and there was heel pain, there was top of foot pain, there was all sorts of stuff going on that was just not right. And I think it had stemmed from when my second oldest child fell on my foot after he got out of the tub, and I think he hairline fractured something at that point, but there wasn't anything we could really do about it. So I think it healed funny, and I think it's been kind of a menace ever since then. Well, it's not anymore, and it hasn't been since I finished up the healing process with EFT. But during the course of those years after the injury happened, when I would be in and out of pain, and then when it was like the end of 2019, I really hurt, and it really, pushed me to find solutions for it. And I had it x-rayed, and I had, MRIs done. I had physical therapy. I had dry needling, massage therapy. I used, photon light therapy, all different kinds of, topicals and supplements and things like that. And I just wasn't, I also had injections and things done, and it wasn't resolving. It was they were actually helping. There was a lot of those things that were contributing to it getting better, but it wasn't out of the woods at all. And then I began tapping on it. And I would, note the pain beforehand. I would tap through a round and then note the pain afterwards. Is what we do with tapping. We always take an intake before and then after, so that we have some way to rate the movement of the energy, the shifts that we're making, all that kind of stuff. And it wasn't miraculous the first round, but I did notice a shift. And I continued to tap on it like about once or twice a day. And we're talking about like a 5-minute commitment, okay? Not much. Enjoyable, relaxing, lowers your cortisol, has tons of other, benefits as well. But my focus during those rounds was on the pain that I was having in my ankle, my toe, my foot. And in less than a week, it was gone. Like no trace of the pain, the discomfort, the lack of mobility, nothing. And that was super empowering to me to realize that I had that power within myself, that I was able to complete the healing process and to have that kind of an impact on my body, my energy, and the pain that I was experiencing. So today I'm just going to take you through tapping on this, my right foot. I had some varicose vein treatments done, and one of them about a week and a half ago was very close to my ankle. There's a lot of veins that are very close to the surface there. They're very painful to have worked on. And I ended up with something that's never happened to me in any of my rounds of having varicose vein work done. And that is I had trapped blood. So that was a little weird. They released it, and I'm just trying to turn my notifications off here. They released it, and now there is just awful bruising there and very intense pain that I'm having. So I'm going to tap on it to try to lower that, and I'm going to show you what that process looks like. I'm actually going to do the tapping on a separate video just because this one got a little bit long, and that way if you want to just access the tapping without the preamble to it in the future, then you can just fire up the tapping video and tap along with me if you're working on another pain of your own, because it's very duplicatable. You just need to apply your own specifics of what you're dealing with.